What if I told you there are 10 industries right now where companies are so desperate for workers that they are offering signing bonuses, covering your training costs, and in some cases guaranteeing you a job before you even finish the program? And what if I told you that while millions of people are refreshing the same job boards and fighting over the same corporate openings, these 10 fields are sitting almost empty? Some starting at $83,000 a year, some climbing well past six figures, and almost none of them asking for a 4-year degree. I ranked them from solid to the one I think is the single biggest opportunity most people are completely ignoring right now. Do not skip number 1. It ties directly into the biggest economic shift happening in this country. Now let's get into it. Here is why this matters, and why it is different from every other job list you have watched. In a normal job market, the employer holds the power. They post one opening and get 400 applications by lunch. They can afford to be slow, picky, and unbothered. But when an entire industry cannot find workers, that entire dynamic flips. You are no longer competing against 400 people. You are the one being chased. You set the schedule. You negotiate the pay. You pick the employer. Every single industry on this list is living in that second reality right now today, in 2026. One honest note before we start. Every salary figure in this video comes from Bureau of Labor Statistics data, industry associations, and current job market reporting from 2025 and 2026. Entry-level pay is almost always lower than the headline number you will hear. Your actual results depend on your location, your effort, and the specific skills you build once you are in the door. These are market averages, not guarantees. And this video is educational career guidance based on publicly available data, not financial advice. Let's start with number 1, and I am putting this one first on purpose because it connects directly to something you have been hearing about in the news for the last 2 years. The power line worker, also called a lineman. Every single time a storm knocks out power, every single time a new data center gets built, every single time a neighborhood gets new housing, someone has to run and maintain the lines that keep the electricity flowing. The country is in the middle of the largest grid expansion in decades because of electric vehicles, because of AI data centers that need enormous amounts of power, and because of an aging workforce that is retiring faster than anyone can replace it. Utility companies across multiple states have publicly stated they are short thousands of qualified linemen, and the timeline to train a new one properly is years, not months. Median pay for journeyman linemen sits comfortably above $85,000, and in storm-heavy regions or union positions, experienced linemen regularly clear $120,000 to $140,000 once you add overtime and emergency restoration pay. The path in does not require a 4-year degree. You start with a lineman certification program at a technical school, usually a matter of months. Then you get into a paid apprenticeship through a utility company or an IBEW union local, and you climb from apprentice to journeyman over several years while earning the entire time. I give this one a 9.5 out of 10. The grid is not getting smaller, and every new AI data center being built right now needs more power flowing through more lines, maintained by fewer and fewer qualified people. Number 2, and this is the one that sounds almost fake until you check the numbers yourself, the underwater welder. This career sits at the intersection of 2 skills that are each already in short supply on their own: commercial diving and structural welding, and very few people are willing or able to do both at once. Underwater welders repair oil rigs, bridge supports, ships, and pipelines, often working in zero visibility at extreme depths under real physical danger. Because the barrier to entry is genuinely difficult, the talent pool is tiny, and the pay reflects that scarcity directly. Entry-level underwater welders often start in the $50,000 to $60,000 range, but experienced commercial divers working offshore oil and gas contracts regularly report earnings between $100,000 and $200,000 a year, with some specialized saturation divers clearing even higher. Here is the honest catch. And there always is one. This is physically demanding and genuinely dangerous work, and it is not the right fit for everyone. But that is exactly why the shortage exists and exactly why the ones who can do it are paid like specialists instead of laborers. The path in starts with a commercial diving certification through a program like those accredited by the Association of Commercial Diving Educators, followed by welding certification, and then working your way into offshore or inland contracts through a diving company. No college degree required anywhere in that path. I give this one a 9 out of 10. The barrier to entry is the entire reason the paycheck looks the way it does. Number 3, the diesel and heavy equipment technician. Every single truck moving freight across this country, every excavator on a construction site, every piece of farm equipment, all of it runs on diesel and all of it eventually breaks. The American Trucking Associations and multiple equipment dealer associations have flagged a serious shortage of qualified diesel technicians for years now, made worse by a wave of retirements and simply not enough young people entering trade schools for this specific skill. Median pay for diesel technicians sits around $58,000, but specialized technicians working on heavy construction or agricultural equipment, especially those certified on multiple brands, regularly clear $75,000 to $90,000, and shop foremen or specialized diagnostic technicians can push past $100,000. The path in is a diesel technology program at a trade school, usually 1 to 2 years, followed by manufacturer-specific certifications that you often get paid to attend once you are hired. No 4-year degree needed at any point. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Supply chains do not run without these technicians, and the shortage is not going away as long as freight keeps moving. Number 4, and this is the one nobody thinks about until they need one, the court reporter, also called a stenographer. Every deposition, every trial, every legislative hearing that requires an official record needs a certified court reporter physically present, and the National Court Reporters Association has been warning for years that the profession is aging out faster than new reporters are being trained. Some states have declared official shortages significant enough to delay court proceedings. Median pay for court reporters runs around $60,000, but experienced freelance reporters working depositions and specialized legal proceedings often earn $90,000 to $100,000 or more, and many build entirely independent businesses, setting their own schedules and rates. The path in is a court reporting program, typically 2 years, focused on mastering stenotype, machine shorthand, followed by state certification exams. No 4-year degree required. I give this one an 8 out of 10 for pure scarcity. This is the quiet, boring-sounding job that almost nobody your age is training for anymore, which is exactly the opportunity. Now, real quick, if you are finding value in this breakdown, hit subscribe. It costs nothing, it takes 2 seconds, and it tells the algorithm to keep putting this kind of research in front of you instead of the same recycled advice everyone else is recycling. Let's keep going. Number 5, the dental hygienist. This one is a little more well-known, but the scale of the current shortage still surprises most people. The American Dental Hygienists Association has reported that a majority of dental practices across the country are actively struggling to fill hygienist positions, and the gap has only widened since 2021. Median pay nationally sits around $87,000, and in high cost of living metro areas, experienced hygienists working full schedules regularly clear $100,000 to $110,000, often while working 4 days a week. The path in is an associate degree in dental hygiene, typically 2 to 3 years, followed by a state licensing exam. This is one of the few careers on this entire list where a 2-year credential routinely leads to 6-figure income, with a schedule most corporate employees would envy. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Every dental office in the country needs one, and right now most of them do not have enough. Number 6, the radiologic and MRI technologist. Every broken bone, every cancer screening, every emergency room visit that involves imaging needs a certified technologist operating that equipment, and hospitals across the country have been publicly reporting imaging staff shortages as demand for scans continues to climb with an aging population. Median pay for radiologic technologists runs around $70,000. But technologists who specialize in MRI or CT imaging, which requires additional certification, regularly earn $85,000 to $95,000, with some specialized in travel positions clearing well over $100,000. The path in is an associate degree in radiologic technology, typically 2 years, followed by certification through the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. No 4-year degree required, and hospitals frequently help fund the additional MRI or CT specialization once you are already working. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Healthcare imaging demand is only going up as the population ages, and the technologist pipeline has not kept pace. Number 7, the water and wastewater treatment plant operator. This is the job most people have never once thought about, and that is exactly the problem the industry is facing. Every single time you turn on a tap or flush a toilet, a certified operator somewhere is responsible for making sure that water is safe and that wastewater is properly treated before it goes back into the environment. The American Water Works Association has repeatedly flagged that a large share of the current workforce is nearing retirement age, and municipalities across the country are struggling to replace them. Median pay sits around $55,000, but senior operators and plant supervisors, especially in larger municipal systems, regularly earn $80,000 to $95,000, and this is one of the most stable, recession-proof jobs that exists because water treatment never stops, regardless of what the economy is doing. The Path In is a state-specific water treatment certification program, often just months long, followed by hands-on hours logged under a certified operator before you sit for your license. No 4-year degree required anywhere in this path. I give this one an 8 out of 10 for pure stability. Nobody stops needing clean water, ever, in any economy. Number 8, the air traffic controller, and this one has been in the actual news cycle for the past 2 years for a reason. The Federal Aviation Administration has publicly acknowledged a controller shortage significant enough to affect flight schedules and delays at major airports across the country, and the agency has been actively pushing recruitment campaigns to fill the gap faster than usual. Starting pay during FAA Academy training is modest, but fully certified controllers at major facilities routinely earn well over $100,000, with controllers at the busiest, most complex airports clearing considerably more once you factor in the pay scale tied to facility complexity. The Path In does not require a traditional 4-year degree in most cases. You apply directly through the FAA, complete training at the FAA Academy, and then work your way up through certification at an assigned facility. This is federally regulated, structured, and one of the more direct paths to 6 figures without a college degree that exists in the entire country. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Every single flight in the sky depends on these people, and the agency itself has said publicly it does not have enough of them. Number 9, the solar panel installer, and the growth numbers on this one are hard to ignore. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has repeatedly listed solar photovoltaic installer among the fastest projected growth occupations in the entire country over the coming decade, driven by continued expansion of residential and commercial solar installation. Median pay runs around $48,000 for installers early in their career, but crew leads, licensed electricians who specialize in solar, and installers who move into project management or their own contracting business regularly clear $75,000 to $90,000. The Path In is typically a short certification program, sometimes just weeks, followed by on-the-job training, and many installers eventually pursue electrician licensing to unlock higher pay tiers and more independence. No 4-year degree required at any stage. I give this one an 8 out of 10. This is one of the clearest growth curves on this entire list, and it is still early enough that getting in now means getting in before the market saturates. Number 10, and I saved the biggest one for last because I think it is the single most underrated opportunity on this entire list right now, the robotics and industrial maintenance technician. As manufacturing continues to reshore back into the United States and factories increasingly automate their production lines, someone has to install, program, troubleshoot, and repair the robotic systems and industrial equipment running those factories. And manufacturers across the country have been publicly sounding the alarm that they cannot find enough qualified technicians to keep up with the pace of automation being installed. This is not a job that gets replaced by automation. It is the job that keeps automation running. Median pay for industrial maintenance technicians runs around $65,000, but technicians who specialize in robotics programming and troubleshooting, especially in advanced manufacturing and automotive plants, regularly earn $90,000 to $110,000, with senior automation technicians at major facilities clearing even more. The path in is a mechatronics or industrial maintenance associate degree program, typically 1 to 2 years, often available at low or no cost through partnerships between community colleges and local manufacturers who are actively recruiting straight out of the classroom. No 4-year degree required. I give this one a 10 out of 10 for ceiling. Every factory that automates needs more of these people, not fewer. And the gap between how fast companies are automating and how fast technicians are being trained is only getting wider. So there is your map. Power lineman, underwater welder, diesel technician, court reporter, dental hygienist, radiologic technologist, water treatment operator, air traffic controller, solar installer, and robotics maintenance technician. 10 fields where the shortage is real, verifiable, and happening right now, and almost none of them require a 4-year degree or years of unpaid struggle to get started. Most of these paths run through a certificate, a short associate degree, or a paid apprenticeship, and every single one of them puts you in a position where the employer needs you more than you need any one specific employer. Now, here is the honest reality. Most people watching this will feel motivated for about 10 minutes and then close the tab and do nothing with it. The information by itself changes nothing. The only thing that changes anything is the first actual step you take tonight before you go to bed. Pick one of these 10. Look up the certification program near you. Send one email. That is the whole move. Do that much and you are already ahead of almost everyone else who watched this same video and did nothing with it.